Let me ask you something. How many times have you said, "It's okay," when it wasn't? How many times have you helped someone who disappeared the moment you needed them? How many times have you bitten your tongue? Not because you agreed, but because you didn't want tension. You call it being nice? Psychology calls it approval conditioning. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you train people to believe your comfort doesn't matter. And the cruel truth? They don't even realize it. Humans naturally value what costs them effort, and they ignore what's always available. When your time, attention, and forgiveness come too easily, people start seeing them as cheap. Being too nice doesn't make you loved. It makes you convenient. And convenience, my friend, is the fastest way to become invisible. There's a quiet difference between kindness and submission. Kindness comes from confidence, the ability to give without losing yourself. Submission comes from fear, the need to please, so you won't be abandoned or disliked. You tell yourself you're keeping the peace. But what kind of peace costs your self-respect? That isn't peace. That's quiet suffering, a slow erosion of your own worth. Every time you smile through disrespect, you tell the world, my comfort is less important than yours. Machiavelli once wrote, men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, and greedy. He wasn't cynical. He was honest. He understood that most people act in their own interest. And if you don't stand for yourself, someone else will use you to stand taller. That friend who always cancels plans, they do it because you let them. That coworker who interrupts because you never stop them. That partner who keeps taking without giving back because you keep giving anyway. Being endlessly nice doesn't earn loyalty. It earns expectation. At first, they thank you. Then they assume you'll say yes. Eventually, your kindness stops feeling like a gift and starts feeling like they're right. Kindness without boundaries loses its value. Like water spilled everywhere, it seeps into the ground and disappears. Real kindness has form. It has edges. It knows when to say no. Because without limits, kindness turns into self-betrayal. And when you betray yourself long enough, people stop respecting you. Most people think being respected is about being liked. They think if they work hard enough, smile enough, and please enough, respect will follow. But that's not respect. That's admiration. Admiration is about what you give to others. Respect is about what you refuse to give away from yourself. Humans instinctively sense power not loud, controlling power, but calm, grounded authority. We respect people who set limits, who say less but mean more, who don't seek approval before acting. Because needing nothing is magnetic. It signals inner stability. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." The same is true for respect. Stop asking for it. Live like someone who already has it. When you start drawing lines, people will react. Some will pull away. Good. They were only there for your softness. Others will adjust. Because strength commands alignment. Machiavelli wasn't wrong when he said, "It's better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." He meant that respect is built on consequence. People respect what cannot be manipulated, what doesn't move, just to make others comfortable. Power and respect are twins. One is external control, the other internal discipline. When they meet, you stop chasing space, you command it. Let's be honest. The reason you keep saying yes isn't because you care too much. Every compliment, every smile, every thank you gives your brain a small dopamine hit. It feels like proof that you matter, but it fades fast. And soon, you need the next one. That's how people-pleasing becomes an addiction. You start trading authenticity for acceptance. You filter your words, suppress your opinions, hide your truth, not because it's right, but because you want to stay liked. And the moment someone disapproves, your peace disappears. Here's the dark psychology. People sense this pattern. They learn exactly which buttons to press. A little flattery, and you'll work harder. A little disappointment, and you bend further. They don't have to control you. They just have to control your need for their approval. That's why being too nice feels so draining. You're not kind. You're performing. You're living on emotional debt, paying interest with your self-respect. Breaking this cycle starts with one uncomfortable decision. Be willing to be misunderstood. When you stop chasing validation, you take back your power. No one can shame you, guilt you, or push you anymore, because their approval no longer defines your worth. Respect isn't an accident. It's architecture. It's built by people who understand human nature. Those who know when to give, when to stay silent, and when to walk away. Machiavelli called this the politics of perception. He believed the wise must learn to be both a fox and a lion, clever enough to sense traps, strong enough to scare off wolves. Here's how that translates into modern life. Rule 1. Speak less, but mean more. The more you explain, the weaker you sound. Don't over-defend your choices. A calm that doesn't work for me carries more power than a page of justification. Silence adds gravity to your words, and gravity is the foundation of respect. Rule 2. Never chase. Every time you chase, you lower your value. Let people feel your absence. Let them earn your presence. What's rare is respected. Rule 3. Stay calm under pressure. Anyone can act confident when life is smooth. True composure shows up in conflict. When someone attacks or provokes you, don't react. Respond slowly, if at all. That quiet control unsettles manipulators. It tells them, you don't control my emotions. Rule 4. Be unpredictable. Predictability is control given away. If people know exactly how you react, they can manipulate you. Surprise them sometimes. Withdraw when they expect attention. Speak when they expect silence. Keep people slightly uncertain, they'll tread carefully. Rule 5. Enforce boundaries quietly and quickly. No dramatic speeches. No third chances. When someone disrespects you, remove access. Reduce contact. Delay responses. Go still. Absence is the sharpest consequence. These 5 rules aren't about being cold but clear. Because respect doesn't come from dominance. It comes from discipline. The discipline to speak less, to walk away sooner, to stay calm longer. That's how you teach the world to handle you with care, not convenience. The Stoics understood something most people today forget. You cannot control what others think of you. You can only control what you tolerate. They never chased admiration. They built integrity. For Marcus Aurelius, respect was an inside job. He believed that peace comes not from being liked, but from living in alignment with your values. When you need less from others, you gain more over yourself. Seneca once wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, because without discomfort, you never test your own strength." When you stop running from confrontation, and confidence, not niceness, earns lasting respect. This is the paradox. The moment you stop bending to please, your relationships get better. not worse. People trust those who stand firm. They might resist at first, but eventually, they learn they can count on you because you're consistent. They may not always agree with you, but they'll know where you stand. And that's the quiet foundation of respect, reliability over approval. At first, this new version of you will scare people. The ones who love the always available version will fade away. Let them. They weren't drawn to your kindness. They were drawn to your compliance. But something beautiful happens next. You'll begin attracting people who match your energy. People who respect your time, your silence, and your no. Your conversations will get deeper. Your relationships will get lighter. And you notice something strange. Kindness starts feeling powerful again, not exhausting. Because now, your kindness is a choice, not a habit. It's not born from fear, but from strength. You give because you want to, not because you're afraid of what happens if you don't. And that's when everything changes. You stop existing as a background character in everyone else's story. You start living as the main character in your own. Now, let me leave you with a simple code, a compass to keep you grounded. 1. Kindness means nothing without limits. 2. A calm no earns more respect than a fearful yes. 3. Explaining less isn't arrogance, it's clarity. 4. Silence is a language. Speak it with confidence. 5. People remember how you treat yourself more than how you treat them. 6. Respect isn't requested, it's demonstrated. Machiavelli once said, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." So stop waiting for permission. Honor yourself first and watch how the world adjusts around you. Because respect doesn't start out there. It starts here, in how you walk, how you speak, how you hold your own truth, even when it's uncomfortable. That's the kind of power no one can take from you. Soon, someone will test you. You'll feel the old urge to explain, to soften, to make peace at your own expense. Pause, take a breath, then say, "I understand, but that doesn't work for me." No apology. No performance. Just quiet certainty. That's the moment you'll feel it. The calm kind of power that doesn't need to prove itself. It doesn't shout. It doesn't chase. It just stands steady and undeniable. Once you taste that peace, you'll never go back to begging for approval again. If this message resonated with you, hit like to mark the moment you started taking your power back. Share it with someone who's forgotten their worth. And subscribe for more psychology that helps you think deeper, stand taller, and live stronger.